Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Dan Hendriksen here. We're at Torquay Golf Club. We're out on the golf course today. We're doing some filming, bringing you some real golf videos. And there's one shot that I wanted to bring to you today in this video, which is where we're at Wallasey Golf Club and Paul is hitting fairways. He's wanting to find that fairway down the third hole. So I thought we'd catch up with him today just to talk us through what he does to make sure he hits more fairways when he's out competing. Now, if you are new to the channel and you like what you're seeing, hit that subscribe button. But I'm just going to now take you to that shot on the third hole at Wallasey with Paul. Third hole, 374 yards. What are we doing here? It looks like a proper...
Yeah, we're here to make birdies, aren't we? So that's why we're hitting
yeah,
drivers.
3 points is what you need, 3 points.
Tight hole. It's tight hole, but you know what? It's not as tight as it looks because it all kind of kicks down.
Yeah.
And the wide point is about 260. It's not wide. Wide's the wrong word, but the wider point.
It's about 15 yards wide, this fairway. That's what I've heard.
It widens to 18 yards.
Does it?
60, so.
Pull with driver. Wind just a little into, maybe just off the right, so beach is kind of over here. Oh, he's gone for the low little scuttler up there.
That's what we like, yeah.
Just to keep it in play drive.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for.
Yeah, clever.
That's what I was
Bernie thinks that's clever. As fairways go, this one is tighter than most.
Proper tight.
Proper tight. But you've got a shot, and obviously we've seen it now at Wallasey on the third hole there. You've got a shot that you kind of go to, but you're a decent driver of the ball. Mm-hmm. Do you need to go to a go-to fairway shot?
I think if I get on really tight holes, yeah.
Do you?
And it allows me to hit a driver in places where you probably shouldn't hit a driver. But I'm quite confident with that sort of shot that I can play it on really tight holes.
And the great thing about that shot, and what I've noticed from when you've played it and playing with you, is that you don't lose a massive amount of yardage. Like, you might lose quite a bit of yardage from your carry point of view, but actually because of the descent angle of the ball and all of those, the lower flight that you get out of it, it actually chases up to pretty much where your ball would end up. Would that be a fair shout?
It does, yeah. I probably wouldn't ever use it when it's really wet, because it would just stop pretty much dead. But if you get firmer fairways, you can certainly get a lot of roll out of it. Yeah, definitely.
So what do you do? What exactly do we do to hit that shot, and what can you share with people that might be able to help them with their game hitting more fairways?
Yeah. So my philosophy is the lower you hit it, the straighter the shot's going to be.
Okay.
I think as soon as the ball gets up in the air, it's much more susceptible to the elements.
So wind and...
Yeah, and if you hit it offline, it's better off on the ground running through rough, etc., or trees, than actually getting up in the air and carrying everywhere. So
I never thought of it like that. It's quite a good way of doing it.
I always find that the lower you hit it, the straighter it.
You've had a lot of thinking time with this game, haven't you? A lot of thinking time.
This is what I do when I'm supposed to be asleep. I'm actually thinking about trying to keep it in play.
Bernie's come out for a bit of entertainment.
So yeah, so based on that philosophy, then it kind of comes back to hitting not a full shot, so you're taking a little bit of speed off the shot, which is then going to bring your spin rates down and your trajectory down. And also I kind of add to that by putting a bit more weight on my left side and staying a bit more left-sided through the shot. That's the things that I do.
And that's just literally going to keep the ball flight down for you?
It's just going to keep the ball flight down, which is going to obviously, I think, keep it straighter.
Okay, so I want you just to set up now. We're going to talk through everybody. So if you set up to it as normally as you would, Paul, from this angle here.
So what, for a normal shot?
For a normal shot.
For a normal shot, yeah. So for a normal shot, if you're trying to maximise your distance with a driver, you're kind of looking to increase your attack angle to positive. So that's always getting yourself more to the right, ball further forward in your stance, kind of trying to get yourself to hit up on it more. Whereas I always find if I'm trying to hit it low, trying to keep the ball down, what I tend to do is I tend to get more on the left side.
Yeah.
Okay. So if anything, maybe the ball drops back slightly in the stance, but not by much, but it's more the weight going onto the front foot for me. And then it's just not quite a full swing for me. So it's sort of not maybe just fractionally more than a 3/4 shot and a 3/4 finish. And it's just just trying to punch it down low and just try and keep it in play, really.
So when it comes into impact, do you feel like in a normal golf swing, do you feel that the club head wants to catch up a little bit and you hit as you hit up on it? Whereas on this one, do you keep the handle forward slightly, or are you thinking along those lines?
Yeah, so what I've found over time is on all punch shots or anything, I'm taking the distance off the shot or the trajectory off the shot, I tend to flip it left because my body isn't, because you're not doing a full swing, your body doesn't have the momentum to open up. So I always feel that I need to kind of rotate a little bit harder on the way down and through just to open myself up a bit more so my hands aren't then flipping at impact, which is what tends to happen if my body slows down. So that's what I found. Everyone's going to be slightly different with that because their bodies all work differently. But that's what I felt, that when I hit a punch shot or take a bit off the shot and try and keep the trajectory down, I need to really work my body quicker through the shot in order to stop my hands from flipping it left.
Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to get you to hit 2 shots. We're going to get the normal shot, the higher shot, the normal shot that you would hit, and then we're going to hit the lower shot, but we're going to put them together in like a shot tracer so everyone can see what's kind of happening with the difference in flight that you're kind of getting from it.
Okay.
Okay?
Cool.
Okay, normal high shot first. So if you notice, you can see ball positions just crept back on this setup.
Yes.
Absolutely spot on.
Oh no.
Absolutely spot on.
Gone further than your bubble one.
So one thing that I don't think we talked about earlier was, and maybe I've got this wrong, but is that tee height just a fraction lower?
Yeah, I kind of tend to bring it down a little bit more because my angle of attack is going to be more down on it. So if you've got the tee up too high, sometimes you can sky them if you get a bit too active with it.
Okay, and also it's going to lower the strike, isn't it? So you're going to lower the strike possibly on the face of the club, which with the curvature of the face, there's going to be a slightly lower loft down the bottom of the club than there is further up?
It can do. I tend to bring it down because if I'm hitting up on it, I tend to be more above the ground when I hit the shot.
Okay.
So by bringing it down, my club will probably be closer to the ground anyway. So the strike for me kind of stays the same.
Does it? Okay.
Yeah.
And have you measured this? Have you been on TrackMan and actually measured the numbers from this, or is it more of a feel thing for you?
It's more of a feel thing. I've not had the time to actually go on and actually get the numbers off of it, but I've used it a lot in competition, so I know roughly what I can and can't do with the shot.
Well, I think you've executed them both pretty much spot on there.
Yeah.
2 good shots.
Take them.
So there you go, there's another real golf video for you. A little bit of information on how Paul gets the job done when he's trying to find fairways. Now, I have to say, if you are someone that's watched this channel for a long time, then you will know that my nickname is Get Up Dan. Well, I used to do shots just like that. And to be fair, if I'm under pressure competing, I will do something very similar to what Paul does just to try and hit more fairways. As Paul rightly said, you know, keeping that ball down, making sure that it does get into trouble, it hits something or gets gathered up in the rough, I think is an absolute key ingredient to hitting those golf balls a little bit straighter. Now, if you like what you're seeing from these videos, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Lots of you watching who are not subscribed, remember this is free content and we're putting it out for you to hopefully help your game. We look forward to seeing you in the next video.